Welcome back to Good Morning Arizona. If you are looking for a job, you're feeling a little bit stuck, we have got a segment for you. We are joined by Dr. Gail Carson this morning. Good morning, Dr. Carson. Why don't you introduce yourself by what you go by?
I go by Dr. Gail, SOB, spunky old broad.
That's genius. When did you come up with that?
I came up with that about 7 or 8 years ago.
And it's catchy, isn't it?
It's catchy, and that's my website, spunkyoldbroad.com.
Okay, so I know it's easy to remember. You've got some great advice for especially folks who maybe are transitioning from one career to the next or trying to reinvent themselves a little later in life. You can run into some challenges at that point, right?
Absolutely, but the thing that is important is that the Bureau of Labor Statistics says that Americans change jobs every 5 years, and the Boston College did a survey, and they said that over 50 people are called the new unemployables because they're stuck in limbo.
Oh, no. Okay, so what do we avoid to make sure we're not stuck in limbo?
Number one, you have to make sure that you don't have a defeated attitude.
Okay.
That's the important thing. And I use this little trophy because it's important to remember when you were a winner, when you excelled at something in school or at another job or something like that. The second thing they have to do is be able to learn new skills.
Right.
Now, we take something like a simple cell phone. Many people are still using the flip phone.
Oh, okay.
And cell phones do everything. You can watch TV, you can watch movies, you can send texts. So learning new skills.
Got to stay relevant.
Absolutely. And the third is thinking they're too old.
Okay.
And so we say until the sands of time stop flowing, it is never too late.
You're making me think of my favorite show, The Days of Our Lives. I love that. Okay, so you've got some examples also. We're using some celebrities to sort of outline what to do or who to kind of use as a guideline.
Well, a very good one is Betty White.
Oh, I love her.
People assume she was famous forever, but she really wasn't. Until the age of 51, when she actually got the Happy Homemaker segment on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. Right. That's when she really broke into it. And she was 51 years old.
51 at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Henry Winkler, who everybody knows as the Fonz. And, of course, he started writing children's books. And his children's books were based on a little boy who had dyslexia. And Henry Winkler has dyslexia. So that tied it all together.
Okay.
And then the third one is Suzanne Summers, who began, you know, a second career as a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. She's not there anymore. But that she had never danced before, and she said, I'm going for it. You know, I'm 68 years old, and I'm going for it.
Well, and if you think about it, she's a nutrition, you know, spokesperson or role model, and has has morphed her career into many different facets.
That's right.
So what is the challenge when somebody feels like maybe they're contending with a little bias or age discrimination, whether it's during an interview process or starting a new job where you find that your peers in you know, your office space are 20, 30 years younger than you?
Well, it's interesting. New statistics just came out and said that majority of people today are bossed by someone much younger than they are.
And that can be tough to take.
It's tough to take, but you have to have the right attitude. Okay. You have to go at it with a positive feeling. And the most important thing is research where you're going to look.
Right.
I mean, there are companies that you will not fit into. There are companies that you will fit into. So do your homework. And, of course, when you're looking for a job, do your networking, go to meetup groups. There are chambers of commerce that have all kinds of networking sessions. So there's lots of places that you can go.
And probably don't get into the habit of trying to parent anybody in your work environment, right? Treat everybody as a peer and expect the same
and
in return.
And expect to learn from everybody. That's the important
thing.
You can learn from anyone at any time.
Okay, we all need to remember that, that's for sure. And I, for one, am just thrilled to have had a guest who is shorter than me, Gina. What do you think? I don't know that this has ever happened.
I love this because it's very hard for me to find somebody who's my height.
I know. Right. Usually we're like this or we're like this. So it is so great. Again, our website, we'll send everybody over to your website.
Wonderful, and I'd like them to know I've also got SOB clubs around the country.
Hey, let's get into that. SOB, we got a book out here too. More information on azfamily.com. Thank you so much. Great advice.
Olivia, the height thing is remarkable. You better Facebook that.